Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Eau de Treasure. This is Steven. I live in Japan and I talk about discontinued, vintage, rare, and interesting fragrances as I find them. This one is not a discontinued, vintage, or rare fragrance. As a matter of fact, depending on where you live in the world, this is a highly abundant fragrance that you can find everywhere. And it's actually one of my favorite cheapies. I think this is one of the best cheapies out there. A vintage classic from 1995. I made a bulk purchase in this box. I have a number of brand new bottles in their boxes, sealed. Bought a whole bunch of Nikos Sculpture, and I'll tell you why on the other end of the transition. So let's get into Nikos Sculpture. I have another video about this one, but it's been a while, so I'm going to tell you what I bought in here, and I'm going to give you another treat too. I do have Sculpture Homme Parfum. I'm going to talk about that a little bit too in this episode. So this happened a couple days ago, and I kind of forgot the details why, but there was a seller selling brand new Nikos Sculpture 100 ml in the sealed box. And I wanted to check on the price. I think I went to, where did I go? I went to eBay. I went somewhere to check on the price. And the seller, in the title, it said discontinued Sculpture Homme EDT. And I was like, what? It's discontinued now? And I didn't really research it heavily. That was my fault. I didn't really look into it as carefully as I should have. I started negotiating with the seller to get a cheaper price, and I did get a slightly cheaper price. They basically saved like $5. I saved shipping, the shipping cost. And I bought a lot of these, so check it out. I bought 4 of them. These are packed so well, I don't even know if, or I don't even think I have to take them out. So these batch codes on the bottom are 3326, and these are 3327. These are just going to go in my collection. I'm not going to open these up and wear them. I already have a bottle, and they're so perfectly packed. I'm just going to keep them like this. These have the Japanese product sticker on them. Okay, so they're authentic. So I can just open these up partially just to see they are sealed in the plastic. All right, guys, I just got done opening up the bottoms, inspecting both of them. All 4 of these are sealed. Brand new. I'm happy about that. What happened was I just overreacted. I saw one sale. Sellers lie, and people just put discontinued on stuff that's not discontinued. And I panicked. I said, oh my God, I have to get some backup bottles. Found someone who was selling these pretty cheap. I got these for about 10,700 yen, somewhere around 70, or I don't know, $70, $74. So these were about $18 a piece. Now, you could still get testers of these for like $16, $17, but to get the 100 ml sealed ones, maybe these are at the cheapest, I don't know, $24, $25. So $18 is a pretty good deal for these. As I said, this is a fantastic cheapie, and I actually have one that's open here. So let me just tell you a little bit about Sculpture. If you guys don't know Nikos Sculpture, 1995, the perfumer is Michel Almerac, who's very famous for doing a lot of great fragrances, a lot of great perfumes for some major name brands. And I just think this is amazing. This one, I'm going to give a spray on my right hand here. This is almost like the perfect summer fragrance, because by the time you're watching this video, it's probably going to be sometime in the summer, and it's perfect timing for this. This one has a noticeable white floral scent. This is got orange blossom. I think it's neroli as well. Does have an old school masculine edge to it. It's got citruses. It's a little bit on the woody side as well. So think of this as like a woody, floral, citrusy, fresh summer fragrance for men. And if you're not sure about this brand, Nikos, you wouldn't be the only one. I'm wondering, like, what else does Nikos do? Do you guys have any other Nikos stuff? Do you guys have like Nikos clothes or Nikos shoes? What else does this brand make? I went to the website just to make sure what's going on with this fragrance, and it is listed for sale on the website. I think it's 80 euros they're asking for this, which is crazy. In dollars, that's like $100. You can go to eBay and get this for, I think, $24, or you can just get the tester. But if you get a tester, make sure you get the cap, because without the cap, I mean, this is a beautiful bottle. It's a glass bottle that's shaped like a sail on a boat. you need the cap so that it sits upright. Now, if you don't have the cap, it's just going to sit around like that, and you really must get the cap. Don't even think about, just pay a couple extra dollars to get the cap. Some people complain on the Fragrantica comments, the reviews, that the performance isn't that good, but I don't have that problem, especially if I double spray on a spot. This thing is at least good for 4 to 6 hours. Now, some of you are wondering about the Parfum. This one came out a few years ago, and I happen to have one. This one is kind of redundant if you already have this one. The EDT smells similar to the Parfum. The Parfum, just this one is just like, it's a little bit denser, it's a little bit heavier, and it performs a little bit better. They're so close that I really don't think it's necessary. If you're thinking about buying this and you already have this, my advice is just wait till you're almost done with the bottle. And instead of buying a new bottle, just buy one of these, because the price was kind of high when this came out. It was like, I don't know, 45 or 50 bucks. I think now it's down to, I haven't checked really, but I'm guessing it's down to like $30. The difference between $30 and $25, just go $5 more and get the Parfum. But there is nothing wrong with this one. I think this one is great. Just double spray it if you really want it to last longer than 6 hours. Let's do a spray on the left hand. All right. A bit of double spray. As I'm smelling them now hand to hand, this one, it smells, it's a touch more modern than this one. This one is a little bit sweeter. I'm getting a little bit of a different idea. Maybe this one is kind of like a modernized, updated version of this. Not that there's anything wrong with this, but this one does have that old school masculine edge. And this one, I would say it's like 90% similar to this. The difference is a little bit sweeter, as I said. It seems like it doesn't have that same old school masculine edge that this one has. And this one is just more of like a modern fragrance that you would smell from other brands. You may want to check out the website for Nikos Sculpture if you're interested in these fragrances. You can find that on, maybe I'll put a link to it in the video, or just go to Fragrantica, click on the Nikos link when you look up Sculpture, and check out the flankers. There are some recent interesting flankers that have come out. You guys know about Sculpture God's Night, which smells very similar to Gucci Pour Homme 2. That one's discontinued. That one's like a $100 fragrance now. But there are some interesting flankers from 2024. I think there's one from this year that I haven't seen sold in stores yet, so you can check that out. It's also a beautiful website too. The photos of what the store looks like in Mykonos, Greece. It's nice stuff from this Nikos brand. And no, they didn't pay me to say that. That's just my own opinion. So, somewhat of a regret in that I didn't really need to buy these. I have 4 backup bottles now. Of course, I'm probably going to sell these off in the future. If this ever got discontinued, I don't think it would, but if it ever got discontinued, it's been around for 30 years. There are so many of these on the market. I don't think that the price would really skyrocket ever with these until like another 10 years after discontinuation. It's kind of like, think of Mont Blanc Individuel. Did you guys know that that was discontinued? I mean, I didn't research it, but a few years ago, a few YouTubers like Joy Amin said that Mont Blanc Individuel was discontinued and that, in his opinion, the price would never really go that high. It won't go more than like 75 or 100 bucks because there's so much of that stuff in the market. That's another 30-year-old fragrance. Probably the same thing with this. One thing about this, I think I talked about this before in my other video, is that it is a beautiful clear bottle, and you can see it's a clear juice. But as this juice gets oxidized, as you use it more and the oxygen fills up in this, or if you store this stuff at anything higher than room temperature, this juice will turn yellow. It's very common to find bottles of this stuff, especially old testers in the store, where the juice has turned yellow. And the scent obviously changes, and I don't think it's a bad scent. It actually becomes more ambery. It's just not as fresh as a brand new bottle. I'm lucky that I bought this stuff used, and you could see how it's still almost 90% full. I mean, when it's new, it's just up to here, basically. So it's still about 90% full. I'm hoping that this stuff doesn't turn yellow anytime soon. I kind of want to use this thing up before it turns yellow. That's the only thing with this Sculpture EDT, and I'm hoping that the bottles in here are still fresh. I won't know. I won't know until I sell them someday, and hopefully the buyer is very happy with them. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. Please give me a thumbs up if you did like the video. Hit the thumbs up button, the like button, appreciate it. And leave me a comment down below about Nikos Sculpture. What flankers do you have? Do you have any of the other flankers? I think there's one called Morning Breeze. There's a whole bunch of them. Fragrantica lists 15 different flankers, and they're all basically sculpture fragrances. Subscribe if you want to see more discontinued, vintage, rare, and interesting fragrance talk on this channel. Eau de Treasure, I appreciate you guys spending your time watching the videos, and come back for the next one in a few days. Until then, take care.